Alrighty, so welcome to McBean's Farms and Prepping, and also McBean's Scottish Fitness. Getting ready to till up a little bit more, and I'm actually going to do a row of lettuce, turnips, beets, onions, carrots, and radishes. I'm going to plant them all together because they mature at different times. So first of all, I got my starter. And the key is to remember where I set these. So if I set them just right, it'll start. That's called a Craftsman starter. Alright, so this is where I'm going to run the main row. So let's fill it back and forth a couple times, and then do some other stuff to prepare it. Reminds me, we'll make about 5 or 6 passes to really get this soil nice and loose and beaten up well, and then I'll get you the next start. So I got it started there again. It'll stimulate loop around the stick there. So what I'll do is I'll make 3 or 4 more passes really to knock this ground down and make the chunks of dirt. I want these smaller. some more and then get it to the point where I'm getting ready to rake. So now I'm going to take the rake and kind of rake a little valley where I'm going to put the seeds. You can do this with a hoe too, but generally what I do is I first kind of go back and forth, trying to push some of the vegetable matter away from the area I'm going to be at. What this does, it gets a lot of the big chunks out and then fills in with the smaller chunks. So from here to there is where I'm going to be planting. So then what I'll do, and try not to walk where I'm planting, is I will just take this on an angle to kind of work a groove. Always every few feet checking my aim point so I have somewhat of a straight line. Now if you wanted to make it perfect, you'd run a string and then you just follow that string and you wouldn't have the wandering aisle. But I've been doing it for a while, so I feel fairly confident I can make it look not too bad. Now it is windy, so you have to be kind of careful and put the seeds down low so you don't have the seeds blow away. So I'm going to go get the seeds, I'll be right back. So here comes the fun part. Putting the seeds in the ground. So I have to get low so they don't blow away. There I'm going to start with some cilantro. Kind of spread it through. This is really good for salsa. And what I'll do is I'll put there as a marker. We'll put some beets right along in it, because the cilantro grows a lot faster than the beets do. Not thick. And as we move down, I'll probably come back through again. But here I got the lettuce. And here's where you get a lot of knee work. not to butt the camera. Here I got some turnip tops, some radishes and carrots. I'm gonna mix them with it. Always leave a little gap between it, kind of give me the opportunity to radishes will get done the quickest. Only within about 28 days you're harvesting from planting. Where the carrots are going to be more of a fall crop. And if you don't pick them in the fall, sometimes you can just leave them in the ground. They'll do fine. So carrots will probably be able to stroll amongst probably the entire row almost. I don't trip over my laces here. So here I got collards, butter crunch, and turnips. I'll kind of put these in the middle. Only because I know I got some gaps here. I'll throw the turnips in. More lettuce. You know, and here I get about 5 or 6 crops out of the same area because they mature at different times. Instead of tying up 3 or 4 rows. Woo, I'm only tying up 1 longer row. Open it. Alright. So I'll pause it while I'm messing around with the rest of the stuff. And here comes an important step. I'm going to put some better soil over the top of it. I got this Miracle-Gro garden soil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to cover the top loosely. I'm still going to put the regular soil over the top, but I'm going to use this as a really good base. And oompa, oompa. And give the plants the best chance of growing healthy. Moving on your knees is slow going. I got a lot of seeds in here. You know, am I going to have some weeds grow up amongst this? Yeah, I will. No way around it. But I'm hoping, because I got the majority of them actually good garden vegetables, that they may outcompete them. If not, I'll have to go down on my hands and knees and weed them out. So I'll get that done. Next thing I'll show me to cover them up with the rake. All right, now it's time to cover them the rest of the way up. They're mostly covered with the nice soil, but I'm gonna throw a little of the natural soil over the top. The reason I put the Miracle-Gro ones in there, because that's a nice smooth soil. Couldn't hold the moisture, let them get started. Where the other soil is just a little bit lumpier. And I notice I had a middle stake here, just to make it easier to identify where the garden is. And even though rain is most likely, I'm still going to hit it with some water. Because usually before it rains, the wind picks up. I don't want a big wind taking all this loose topsoil off. Because not this loose topsoil, but it also takes the seeds. So basically what I'm doing is just adding weight. So when the initial windstorm comes through, I don't lose the topsoil. And then when the beneficial rain hits, everything's good to go. So I'm not really watering to make it grow. I'm just watering. Oh crap. Speaking of wind, just had a good demonstration of it. Water in there to hold the soil in place so it doesn't go south. And so I've got probably about 30 feet of lettuce, radishes, carrots, onions, turnips, greens, beets, and regular turnips. All planted through there. Carrots, if I didn't mention it, and cilantro. So that row will keep me going pretty much all summer. And I'll show you a few other things of interest around here. During my live stream, we were talking about the trees. When I first came out here, this was all just farmland. Out there, the ones with the pretty flowers, those are volunteers. I didn't plant them. And then the green stuff by the pond, that's also volunteers. Here's a bunch of maples I grew by seeds. I'll go out and thin them out. Planted that tree, planted that tree. All these here were windbreaker trees I put up. The only bad thing is they drop a lot of branches. These will look a lot better when they leave up. That big tree up there is a pin oak that I bought at the Big R store as a sapling. So it's been in the ground for 20 years. One of the first ones I planted. maple and elm that I transplanted. Elm's probably gonna have to come down. Those pines I dug up from my grandma's place in Traverse City, Michigan. All those maples I planted. Here's the apple tree I got from the Allbird Society. All the way at the end is the bur oak. I planted it at the same time I planted that pin oak. Guess which grows faster? Some more maples. Blue spruces that I dug up at my parents' place, trying to keep the deer away from them. I've had more success with this one than I did the other. I don't know if they're going to make it or not. The two black oaks there I dug up from the woods behind me. There's another pin oak. I planted that one about 6-7 years ago. More maples. All those red cedars I put out here the first year I moved out, dug them up at my parents' place. Now I got all the volunteers. There's some more volunteer trees. And that's what I got so far. So, thanks for joining in. We make beans, farms, and prepping, and make Bean Scottish Fitness. Once again, I'll put this on both channels. If you guys growing vegetables is great nutrition for your workouts and for your general health. And of course, for prepping. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you on my next live chat.